Let's set up Unreal Engine 4 project. Go ahead and launch Epic Games Launcher and go to the Library tab. If you have an existing project you want to use instead, go ahead and use that. For this entire series, we're going to be using version 4.19. If you're going to be following along, then I recommend that you use the same version, just to keep everything consistent. But you should be totally okay using older or newer versions of the engine. So let's go ahead and set up our project. You can start Unreal Engine from right here, clicking on Launch, choosing the version you want, or launching it from here. Let's go ahead, switch over to New Project. We're going to use Blueprint, and we're going to choose Third Person. This way we get to have a character in game that we can test out our building in terms of scale, and we have a playable character to walk around. Then we're going to choose Desktop on Console, Maximum Quality, and No Starter Content. For folder, let's go ahead and navigate into our created folder from the previous video. It's going to be in our E drive, Projects folder, and Miami Corner Store. Let's go inside, and we're going to choose Unreal Engine 4. Let's double check. That's correct. And for the name, we're going to call it Miami Corner Store. And with everything set, Blueprint, Third Person, No Starter Content, correct folder and name, click Create Project. When the editor opens for the first time, let's do a couple of checks and disable a few things. First, we're going to disable real time. This will speed up the viewport rendering and just how fast your editor runs. Then we're going to go to Edit, Editor Preferences, and I'm going to disable loading and saving, autosave. I like to manually save my maps and my projects, but you can leave this on if you like Unreal Engine to automatically save content for you. Let's go ahead, close. And last, I'm going to expand source panel. So this way I get to see all of my content and its folders. That way it's easier to navigate inside the content browser. Since we included third person template, we'll have mannequin folder in here, and we'll have a character, a mesh that we can use as our scale reference. This mannequin gives us the default dimensions of in-game playable character. This way we'll build everything to correct human scale and proportion. If you're creating your own custom game and you have your own custom character to use, you might want to use that instead. This mannequin is 180 units in height. And it's what I use for most of my projects, unless a project calls for specific dimensions and a different character dimensions. If you did not add third person template, you won't have access to this mannequin to use. So what I usually do is add one to the project. You can have one to add to any project if you go to Marketplace and search for Unreal Engine 4 mannequin. And right here. It's free to download, and if you don't have it, this will say download, and then you'll be able to add this to any project. You'll always have access to it under Library, and if you scroll all the way down, inside the Vault section, you have it right here. So click to Add to Project, select the project that you're going to add to, right here, Miami Corner Store, and click Add to Project. Back inside the editor, we'll have a new folder called Unreal Engine 4 Mannequin Mobile. And we'll have our mannequin to use as our scale reference. You'll find it inside Mesh, and it's right here. Last thing I wanted to mention is that if you wanted to add starter content into an existing project but you did not do it during the project creation screen, or you wanted to add a game template, you can do so after you created your project. So to do so, go Add New, go all the way up to Add Features or Content Pack. And here you can add Blueprint feature, any of the game templates, or you can add content packs, starter content, and you would just add it to your project. If you end up adding any of the game templates, make sure you go to Edit, Project Settings, and under Maps and Modes, default game mode is set to the template you added. And in our case, this would be third-person game mode. But you would see first person or another one that you added into your project. But you would only need to do this if you added the template after creating your project. Now if we navigate into our main project folder, eDrive Projects, Miami Corner Store, and into our Unreal Engine 4 folder, here's our Unreal Engine 4 project. And all the maps, all the assets that we import into our project will be kept within our main folder directory.